we're building the Shopify for the Web3 world. And so what that means is, as the world shifts from centralized platforms like Facebook and YouTube to more decentralized platforms, using Web3 and blockchain, we're building infrastructure and software tools around that to empower creators, small businesses, NFT projects, and brands to really be able to build their own space within the Web3 infrastructure, like Ethereum and Solana. So some of the use cases that we're targeting are going to be, virtual worlds, communities that are token gated, virtual universities, education, and even like virtual showrooms that a brand like Supreme or Louis Vuitton might want to have a virtual showroom in the metaverse using, NFT technology, for example. So before I dive into a live demo, I wanted to just kind of provide a quick overview of the stack that we've built. So on the left side, you'll see some of the utility that we're bringing to NFT projects through private communities, members-only communities, members-only courses, live events, and things like that. And even like voting, DAO voting, and whatnot. In the future, we're looking at making all this programmable and bringing in integrations with Shopify and other technologies. So imagine, having your Shopify e-commerce store within the metaverse and allowing people to sort of browse that in a 3D format. That's really the infrastructure that we're building. We're blockchain agnostic, so we have support for Ethereum, Solana, and other blockchains. And then we're able to render the presentation layer in a 2D metaverse, which is what I'll show you today, and as well as a 3D metaverse for brands that are ready to go into that 3D world. So here's a quick snapshot just for you guys to understand what I mean when I say 2D versus 3D. So 2D is still a Web3, virtual world, if you will, but using technology that's here today. So your traditional web browsers. And then the 3D world is really the same virtual world, but in a 3D format. So we get the adoption of 3D technology is not here today, but over the next 5 years, this will become more and more ubiquitous. So I'll switch over to a live demo, but for the initial release, this is a project that we've been working on this roadmap for over a year. We're launching in a couple of weeks, and we'll be making available exclusively to NFT, DAO, and metaverse projects who are desperate to offer utility to their token holders. And then in the future, this will be available to any traditional small business or creator. So let me switch over to the live environment. And all righty, we'll start here. So this is the 2D version of Campus. We've configured this to have a Bored Ape Yacht Club token gate. And so you'll see that the branding and everything is, specific to that brand and that project. What I'm going to walk through here is I was actually going to buy NFT live from the testnet, but OpenSea is down right now. So we're going to actually just walk through it with an NFT that's already in my wallet. So assume that I'm accessing this private area within this community. I'll be able to connect to MetaMask so that we can verify whether you actually own that NFT. This works for NFTs, but also for like ERC20 tokens or any other, Solana NFT and other blockchains as well. So I'm connecting to MetaMask here. We're going to get a prompt to authorize read-only access to the wallet. And then we'll scan the wallet and verify whether you actually own an NFT from that collection. So it looks like I do own an NFT. So what we're doing here is loading that NFT as your profile picture, or PFP, for those of you that are hipsters in Web3. And now I can actually join this space, right? So I won't go through the onboarding process, but essentially we've validated that your customers have, access or own that NFT. The minute that they sell it or transfer it to someone else, they would immediately lose access to whatever is behind the scenes here, right? Whether it's a community, exclusive merch, live events, or other things. This is essentially real time powered by our software. And I'm going to switch over real quick to the to the admin side of things. So this is, me as a DAO owner or NFT collection. And you'll see that, just like a lot of the traditional Web 2.0 tools today, we're able to use a very easy to use interface to configure our branding, our analytics, and more importantly, our token gates, right? So this site that I accessed today, you'll see that this is the token gate that's already configured. But if I wanted to give access to, let's say, ApeCoin holders, right? ApeCoin just came out last week. I can easily add that through this interface without having to do any, blockchain programming or learn Solidity or any of that stuff. So I can simply select the blockchain here. Solana and Ethereum are ready to go. We're adding additional blockchains as we speak. You can select the network that you want to run on. For production, obviously, the mainnet is the main one. But if you wanted to just test out your campus against different test networks, like the one I have set up, you can do that here. And then you can simply pick whether it's a ERC20 token, an NFT token. And then as I go through this wizard, I'm able to configure some of the metadata, the contract address. This is important, right? Because every NFT collection has a single contract address. And so whether you have 500 NFTs or a 10,000 collection, you'll be able to configure that address and allow anyone into your environment, into your space, as long as they own an NFT from that collection. And then you'll also be able to specify what's the minimum that they need to hold in order to join in, right? So in the case of NFTs, it might be one NFT. But if I was configuring a ApeCoin collection, for example, I could say, you need to be holding at least 500 ERC20 tokens of ours in order to be allowed in here. So yeah, that's in a nutshell. This is the campus. There's a lot of capabilities that are already out of the box, from courses to live events, social networking, and community, that I won't bore you guys with. But yeah, happy to jump into some questions. I know, Justin, you have a lot of thoughts and questions in this space, so let's jump in.
Yeah. Also, anybody that's watching in here at NFTCON, feel free to share any thoughts and any questions you might have for Elmer as well too. But definitely had some questions of my own as well too, seeing kind of how token gating communities are coming alive. I think that we're seeing just the early adoption and use cases of kind of using these PFPs as a social community and DAOs. Do you foresee kind of like in the world of like metaverses as well, like people being able to share, do cross collaboration, or even cross metaverses as well? We know that everybody's trying to do their own metaverse, but
right.
What do you think? What's your perspective on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're big believers of making things interoperable. So as we see different parties build metaverses, and there's obviously already literally thousands of NFT collections out there. From our perspective, we think the future of Web3 is really going to be where everybody's compatible with each other, and the blockchain really enables that, right? So party A can easily read an NFT from the Ethereum blockchain or Solana, and vice versa, and make those compatible. And so that's some of that's sort of our vision of the future, and what we're enabling campus to allow people to do, right? So you saw earlier, I was about to add an ApeCoin to my campus, but that could have easily been some other collection, right? Like Invisible Friends and ApeCoins collab, right? And so I think really enabling these collaborations is going to be key for the future, and not having siloed walls like we do today with Facebook and YouTube.
One question from Deluxe Glow saying, can I add my own project to have it token gated, or just approved ones?
So you could add your own project. What we're doing with the release is we're inviting projects, or we're approving projects, and we're doing a slow rollout. So if you guys are interested in taking it for a spin, feel free to get in touch. Once we launch publicly and open it up for anyone, they'll be able to launch any NFT or DAO project on it. What you saw today with me adding a token gate and that contract, as long as your project is running on Ethereum or the Solana blockchain, then you'll be able to add it. You don't need to be pre-approved. You don't have to follow a specific smart contract format. We're essentially making it compatible with every ERC20, every NFT on Solana, every NFT on Ethereum.
Awesome. Lucas asked, what's your I guess assuming go to market, right? Go to market plan.
Yeah. Hey, Lucas, thanks for the question. So go to market, we've been trying to do things a little differently than most projects. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with projects, launching, selling millions of dollars of NFTs, and then putting out a 12 to 24 month roadmap. So for us, before we actually bring Campus to the community, we've spent quite a bit of time and funding building this out. So we'll be going to market in about 2 weeks at Miami NFT Week. For anybody that's there, we'll be there in person. So that'll be in production, and it'll be available to some of the projects that we're inviting. And then public launch will probably be sometime closer to the summertime. But the software is ready to go. We want to do a controlled rollout as we get to market.
I have one other good question back from Deluxe as well too. Yeah, keep the good questions coming, Deluxe. He said, so can you have it where you can create a campus with 2 tokens needed? So you have to own like 2 different tokens, I should say. So he only wants Bored Apes and Clone X as the elite of the elites.
So that's the combination, right?
Yeah, combination.
We don't support that today. We do allow you to create Clone X and a Bored Ape, and we'll look for either one. But if you want to do like a combo, that's not something that's not a use case that we've seen, but it's certainly something that we'll look out for.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit more of an edge case at the current moment, unless Deluxe let us know kind of like what your thoughts on that. I don't foresee. I would say that it would be like even super segmented and too targeted, that it would be like only a few users that you would. I don't think it would hit that much unless you're doing some very like exclusive things there.
Yeah, what we've seen a lot of people request is being able to control like the minimum, right? The minimum of what you must own in order to get access to some exclusive thing, whether it be a course or a live event or access to the founding team. So this is why we've added the ability for you to specify the minimum number of NFTs that they must own, or the minimum number of token or coins, if you will. Right? In the case of ApeCoin, it's obviously doing very well, but it's still like, you don't want to allow someone that owns 1 coin into your VIP club, if you will. So we have that. But yeah, we're looking forward to feedback from the community. And this is why, there's a lot of metaverse projects, education DAOs, and other NFT projects that are going to be launching on our platform very soon. And so we want to get that feedback from the community and sort of, at this point, now that we have a product in the market, be able to build in public with the feedback that we get.
Awesome. Yeah, it seems like he wants to do it for whales. So, okay. Oh, okay. I can see the use case there. So just like as a follow-up too. So I guess in the future, it's just like, not necessarily like 2 different collections, but I guess like there are different NFTs within like a single collection. Like Clone X has some of the sub things there too. So he's looking for like the most hardcore things. So yeah, I'd say like that could be like a future edge case and future feature to add in addition.
Absolutely.
Campus is still building like the initial token gate, but I definitely could see that makes a lot of sense, especially as a fellow Clone X guy. Yeah, if you're a true OG, you'll own all things.
Well, there might be. I mean, I think there will be some interesting use cases that pop up, right? I think like if you were to, let's say, have something super exclusive like what Gary Vee has, where you have like breakfast with the founders, right, or with the artists behind Clone X, you might want to limit that to only like a few whales, if you will, within the collection. And so we're definitely looking forward to continuing to build on what we have and allowing you to create all kinds of variations, if you will, to protect your content. I shall say, even though this is on the 2D and the 3D metaverse web today, we're also adding capabilities for you to do this in real world events. So whether it be at a restaurant or a private club that you're throwing, allowing you to verify that someone owns your token in order to get in is also part of the platform. And so again, if any of you guys are building or have projects where you're offering utility around exclusive events, concerts, and things like that, we're happy to leverage the software that we built to kind of help you enable that.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just seeing anybody other. Feel free to send any other questions you guys might have. Feel free to chime in, reach out as well too. Let's see here. NFTs, DAOs.
One of the things that I didn't mention earlier, but beyond the token gating is really just the gateway, right? Think of it as your login page, right? Even though that's very powerful within Campus, the biggest value that we're bringing to the table is allowing you to instantly deploy a community, a store, an academy. The tooling around that and the infrastructure is ready to go. So it's not just about the token gate, but also like what happens after the user gets this, right?
Definitely. When is Campus getting live, or what's the stages of?
So we're targeting April 1st, so roughly in about a week or so. If you guys want to visit campus.town today, feel free to get in touch. Tell us about your project. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to have a slow rollout where it's going to be by invitation only. So feel free to tell us about the project you're working on, and we'd be happy to extend invitation code for you guys to check it out and take it for a spin.
Awesome. Great use cases. All right, let's see here. Dave says, great use case for admins to live events, token holding. Are there other use cases like that?
So 2 use cases around live or in real world activities. One is the concerts and live events. So we have, we're working with the management behind several of today's top artists to be able to offer, exclusive access to like the VIP area at a concert or maybe backstage access. So that's one use case that we think is going to be big in the future and where NFTs are really powerful. The other one is inside of average everyday restaurants, right? Whether it be at a Starbucks or a McDonald's, being able to reward token holders with discounts, free French fries, and things like that. That's also another common use case that we're seeing today.
All right, let's see here. Thanks for sharing that over, Dave. Yeah, I guess in terms of like DAOs, I guess are you looking to add like governance options as well too in the future, or is that something you guys going to look to integrate like governance? Let's say in the community they're trying to like vote on something or discuss proposals.
Yeah, for sure. So that's something that we're exploring. There's a lot of great DAO tools out there today, specifically for governance and voting and whatnot. And so we're exploring whether we should integrate with some of those or have it all in one platform. And so that's a TBD, Justin. We'll wait and see.
Nice. Yeah, the Deluxe Blow saying we need the Big Mac NFTs to get into McDonald's club.
Yeah, I mean we're already seeing a form of that, right? So for those of you that are already using or eating at McDonald's, they already have mobile apps and things that give people discounts. Same with Starbucks and whatnot. And so really, I think NFTs as a rewards, customer appreciation mechanism, it could be really powerful in the future, and we want to be at the forefront of that.
Cool. Let's see. Yeah, I guess from the different NFT or NFT communities that you're seeing as well too, are you seeing this also too that they are kind of adding other like marketing campaigns and activities around these gated communities? Are they like making you to be able to like unlock discounts, token gating to do certain actions? I guess what are you kind of seeing as other possible use cases on that front besides just like clicking or accepting things.
Right. So, outside of the real world, right, on the digital end, we're seeing brands are starting to offer, early access to drops, right? Whether it be like the latest Yeezys collection or Nike doing, a limited Jordan release only to holders of an NFT. So we think that's going to be pretty interesting. And a lot of these drops are usually purchased online or in a mobile app. And so I think the NFT being a digital token, I think that's an obvious integration. And so we're seeing some of those brands use that today during our, limited alpha testing that we've been doing, but also in the future, right? A lot of people are going to follow the drop model, right? That Supreme and Adidas have been doing.
One other question, I guess. Are you going to integrate with Luna, Terra Luna?
Well, look, we're building the platform as we want to be blockchain agnostic, meaning that we will support any blockchain, any token that is really that has traction. And so, we've seen quite a bit of requests for Luna, and so that's something that we're certainly considering. We want it, next week when we open this up, it'll be Ethereum and Solana. Those will be live in production, and then there's a few other blockchains that will be in a private only test mode.
So stay tuned. Hopefully Tix comes on. Still a brand new platform as well, and Luna ticketing. Definitely, I'm a big lunatic, so definitely looking forward to that as well too. All right, it looks like we're about the tail end here of our chat, but any last kind of like thoughts you want to share?
Thanks for having me, Justin. For those of you that are interested, feel free to get in touch. I'm Elmer M on Twitter and Instagram, and the campus website is at campus.town. So go ahead and connect with us, and we're excited to be in this space, bringing tools and utility to a lot of these projects out there today. So yeah, thanks again, everyone.
All right, awesome. Thanks again, Elmer, and we'll actually see you in Austin, and I'm sure in LA as well too.
We'll
NFT
be there.
LA.
See you soon.
All right, see ya.